See, Red Nation, what's good? Are we back? Are we back? That's how you have a day, boys. Okay, AK, we see you, my boy. That's how you have a day, boys. And listen, and listen, and listen. This is the big thing. If you're just getting in here, hold on. First things first. It's your boy, Pat the Designer, back at it again. How y'all feeling? Make sure y'all like the video, subscribe to the page, because we do talk Chicago sports weekly. We don't want you to miss the thing, so make sure that you hit that bell, all that good stuff, yada, yada, yada. We talk Chicago sports, how Chicago talk. Let's get to the video. Did we have a day? Did we have a day? DeMar DeRozan to the Chicago Bulls. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I put it out on Twitter. Y'all can check it. I was on the fence about the move. Looking at the lineup, DeMar coming here. But you know what it shows me? You know what it shows the star you're We got to remember what the star is, right? We got to remember what the focus of this team is. We got to remember what the focus of this team is. Zach LaVine is your focus. And so I had to ask myself, does this move help Zach LaVine be better? Does this move take the focus off of Zach LaVine so that he can do what he does to get you to that next level? Zach LaVine's your number one. And y'all know how I feel about my boy Zach. People want to say we don't got a star. People want to say we don't got a superstar. We got a guy that's putting up 28 points a night on 50% shooting. You tell me what that is. You tell me what that is. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about how this team is built right now currently, and there's still moves that can be made. Now, what the Bulls gave up in this deal, you do lose Thad Young. First things first, all praise to the brother Thad Young. We appreciate you for coming here and showing Chicago love like you did. You were that hard-headed lunch pail guy that we needed for so long. We appreciate you for coming in here and being grinding through. First off, anybody, clap it up for anybody that's grinding through boiling, bro. Anybody that got to grind through boiling, bro. Come on now. That clown. Anybody that got to grind through that clown? Okay. But I had to look at this move. I'm going to be honest with you. This was a move that I had to hype myself up about, because the DeMar move, to me, I was like, how does DeMar help the Chicago Bulls win right now? Because right now, listen, what AK is doing, we traded a Thad Young, a first-round pick, and a couple of second-round picks. Now, in your mind, over 200 in the chat, by the way, in your mind, those picks are not only first-round, late-round picks, they're also second-round picks that you can acquire back. So really, what did you give up? Really, you gave up Thad Young in this situation. Really, you gave up Thad Young in this situation. And you still have the option with Lauri, if teams are still looking to acquire him, to go get something else. AK might not be done. AK might not be done. And listen, that's how you have a day, boys. Shout out to T. That's how you have a day, boys. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. Do I think that now you have to ask yourself the question, what do you do with the Lauri Markkanen? Because you're coming to battle with Lonzo Ball, Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, probably P. Will is now a 4, but it's a game of positionless basketball. That's okay. I'm not worried about P. Will. P. Will's still going to be guarding Brian. He's still going to be guarding Kawhi. He's still going to be guarding, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not worried about that. That's pretty much what they're doing with the LA Clippers right now. I'm not worried about that move. And you got Vooch at your 5. Is this a championship contending roster? Is this right now where the Bulls are at a championship contending roster? You got to go through the teams. To me, what is Philly going to be? They don't know what they got on with Ben Simmons and Vooch and Thad go at it. Or not, I'm sorry, Vooch and Joel have gone at it in the playoffs. We've seen that. The difference makers was the other players on the team. How are the other players on the team going to be affected? There's a lot of scoring coming your way now. Not the greatest defense you've ever seen, but there's a lot of scoring coming your way now with DeMar DeRozan, with Zach LaVine. The Bulls have chosen the offensive path. There's a lot of offense that's going to be coming your way now. Now you got to figure out, okay, to me, Philly's a beatable team. Brooklyn, are they going to be healthy? I don't believe so. I don't wish injury on anybody, but to me, Brooklyn is as at the top. Listen, you still got to get through Kevin Durant. You still got to get through Kyrie Irving, James Harden. It's still all those pieces. If those pieces are healthy, the East is more than likely theirs. No matter what we put together, the East is more than likely theirs because they have top 10 players. They have 3 of them. When all on the court, they have 3 top 10 players. But are they going to be on the court? That's your question. Are they going to be on the court? Are they going to be healthy? We haven't seen them healthy. We didn't see them healthy this season. And then when we thought they were getting healthy, guess what? They got to the playoffs, again, unhealthy. Are they going to be able to stay together, play together, get on the court together, and do something together all at 100%? I don't believe so. I don't believe that. I just don't. Brooklyn's going to have to prove that to me. And listen, if they can, it's trouble. The Eastern Conference is probably theirs, but I don't believe they can. What are we talking about? We're talking about Milwaukee. Now, Milwaukee, listen, there's nothing you can do to stop Giannis. There's nothing you can do to stop Giannis. I don't care if we put P. Will on him. I don't care if we put Vooch on him. I don't care if we put Semenovich on him. We could put 10 people on him. There's nothing you can do to stop Giannis. He's that good. He's that dominant. But can I slow down a Chris Middleton? Absolutely. Can I slow down a Drew Holiday? Absolutely. And guess what? I got the point guard to do it now. And maybe we have too much offensive firepower for them. I'm not saying the Bulls are beating them in 7, but hey, that's what we're thinking now. We're not thinking first round, play-in game. No, we're thinking about, and when you go out and go get a DeMar DeRozan, you're thinking about an Eastern Conference Finals berth because you're bringing somebody in who's been there before. Now, not only do you have talent on your team, now you have a little bit of experience on your team and that older player. You got Vooch, who's already been in the playoffs, but you got DeMar DeRozan, who's made serious runs in the playoffs, made deep runs in the playoffs. That's what you're thinking about now. This team is built. This team has been built. We'll see if they are built, but this team has been built from the head coach to the staff to the players that are on the court right now for an Eastern Conference Finals run this season. And anything else, if they fall short, and Muggs might be saying, hey, look, that might be a little lofty right now. Well, that's not what he's saying because he's giving up first-round picks. He's giving up the future. AK's giving up your future, which I'm fine with. Listen, first-round picks come and go. With the players we got on this team, if you really need to go to first-round pick route, we can get first-round picks back. But you have your veterans. You have your young guys. And listen, one of your young guys in Lonzo Ball is not only going to be beneficial right now, but he's going to be beneficial for the next generation of players coming up. And maybe if you're not dead set on Lauri Markkanen, you can still make another move to move him on. Now, Lauri can also just go get a bigger offer from a team that the Bulls won't match. And the Bulls probably would let him walk in this situation. But, I mean, this is a good team right now. I'm not going to get to the point where I say this is a championship level team, but this is a good enough team to compete for one. The next steps are on the players themselves. The names on the paper The names on the paper make this a good team. The next step is on the player themselves. Over 400 in the chat. 400. It's going to be fun calling these games live this year. But guess what? We have players on our team. I don't know if y'all have noticed this, but look at the players we got on our team that are the main pieces. They've improved every season. Now, Vooch has kind of gotten to the point where he's at what he's going to be, but Zach LaVine every season has gotten better, not only scoring, but facilitating, trying to get that turnover number down, rebounding-wise. Defensively last season, I'm not saying Zach LaVine was a clamp, but the fact that he was athletic and showing effort really improved the Bulls' defense from his standpoint. Guess what? Now you got Lonzo Ball in here. Lonzo Ball is 23. Everybody's sitting here. I swear people stopped watching him. I swear people stopped watching him. Like it was like he was in LA. He didn't succeed in LA because LeBron came in and Muzz was like, "Oh, that's okay. He's done. He's a bust. He's over with in LA." Look at the fact that he's improved his game every season. Look at the fact that he went from 40% from 29% at the free throw line all the way up to 70% last season. Look at the fact that he went from a horrible three-point shooter to a 38% three-point shooter last season. Look at the fact that he's gotten better defensively. Look at the fact that he's gotten better facilitating. AK's making chess moves, y'all. And that's how you have a day. AK's out here making chess moves, y'all. To me, is this a championship team right now? I can't say yes or no one way or another, but I'll tell you what, you've got the pieces in place to compete with the teams in the Eastern Conference that you think are championship level teams. You've got the pieces in place to compete with the teams that you believe in the Eastern Conference right now are championship level teams. Like the video if you agree. Like the video if you disagree. Just like the video. Do something with it. AK is not playing scared. AK is not playing scared. He said, listen, we got top talent already. We have a top shooting guard in the Eastern Conference right now. We have one of the best big men. We have a top 5 big man in the NBA, y'all. Like, I need y'all to really go look at what we have on this team. Like, I see a lot of people still like, oh, this is a first-round exit team. This is a team that's not going to be able to get out of the way. They're still going to struggle, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, they just going to have to prove it to you, which I'm fine with. They're going to have to prove it. But listen, you have 2 top pieces in the NBA right now in Zach LaVine and Nikola Vucevic. And now you've added, to me, this is the equivalent of, not at the same level, but what we saw Brooklyn doing last season. Let me add this guy who can give me 15. Let me add this guy who can give me 10. Let me add this guy who can give me 20. Because you know what? My main pieces are going to be the pieces that eat. Don't get it confused. DeMar DeRozan ain't coming here to put up 30 a night. Your main pieces are still Zach LaVine and Nikola Vucevic, but a beautiful acquisition to me by AK. It at least gets you into the building. Now the question is, what's next? Is there another move coming? Can you do something to get Lauri out of here? Or does Lauri stick around? How y'all feel about Lauri staying? Scotty Piffen with the super chat. Shout out to you, my boy. Appreciate the support. Over 600 in here. He said Bulls basketball is back. To me, you have to move on from Lauri because I think you really want to see what Semenovich becomes. To me, he absolutely takes the role that Lauri Markkanen was playing. To me, I think you move on from Lauri because first thing before anything else, I'm gonna say anybody that quits on your team, we saw that last season. We saw Lauri Markkanen visibly quit on the Bulls last season. And I don't like to say that about players. I don't like to come on here and say that about players because you can never really measure effort. But we saw that last season, right? He was upset with his role. He didn't want to be coming off of the bench, which he's still going to be doing this season. You got to move on from that. That can become a cancer in the locker room, honestly. That can become a cancer in the locker room. Shout out to Tanner. Tanner said 10 for DeRozan. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be real with you. Now, to me, because of what we saw from Lauri last season, I think you have to move on a lot. But I'm intrigued to see what he can do with with Alonzo Ball in the building. But he's not gonna come back as your starting power forward. We know he said he had a problem with coming off the bench last season. You're still coming off the bench this season. I'm not taking away from Pat Will, who was the one guy out there who can still play solid defense. I mean, listen, this team is not going to be known for its defensive prowess. You got Lonzo Ball, who's a nice defender. Zach LaVine, who's an okay defender. DeMar DeRozan, you know what I'm saying? He'll play it, but Pat Will, hopefully with a little bit of weight, is able to be that number one defender on this team. And then you got Vooch, who, listen, Vooch ain't no slouch down low, but he's not a dominant post force. He's not a dominant post force. There's still moves to be made here. And so to me, I say you use that the fact that you can move Lauri Markkanen to go get you one, to clear more cap space, but also to go get you maybe a lower level big. You know what I'm saying? Somebody to come off the bench and be that defensive anchor off of the bench. You're still going to need that. Marco's not that guy. Marco's not going to be that guy. I've watched enough tape on Marco. He's not going to be that guy. But I'll say this. Your bench looks nice. Your bench looks nice. Io, Kobe White, once he's healthy. TBJ, Marko Semenovich. Maybe you do keep a Lauri Markkanen in this situation because you got rid of Thad. Alex Caruso. It's not bad. Over 700 in the chat. Now, here's one. A shout out to Coach T. Here's the name that I'm absolutely interested in. Boogie. Go get Boogie Cousins. You want to solidify something defensively? Low vet minimum? Go get Boogie Cousins. Go get Boogie Cousins. Think that Boogie can't still do what he do. Is he going to have some health issues? More than likely. He's a big man. He's had foot issues. He's had knee issues. You bring him in on a vet minimum. You bring him in on a vet minimum because we saw when Boogie got some tick in that LA series versus Phoenix, he was putting in some work. He was putting in work. He was coming in getting 10 minutes a game, leaving with 11 points. Go get Boogie Cousins. Stop playing with my boy. Boogie still got a little bit in him. Plus, I need the jersey. How many we got up in here, man? Let's say we got 700 in here. How many likes we got? I feel like y'all selling me short out here. 700 people in here, only 168 like what I'm saying? That's cool. I appreciate the love, but man. I like the moves that the Chicago Bulls are making. Because you know what? Now it's now what you're doing, you're not putting it in the organization's hand, you're putting it in the player's hand. Zach LaVine, I am giving you what you need to do your job well. I am giving you what you need to do your job well. You told me you needed somebody to facilitate the ball to you. I got you one of the best in the league. You said we need better play in the post. We got better play in the post. Billy Donovan, I am giving you everything you need. Now it's on coaches and players to make the moves. If there is a move, any moves at this point to me are going to be, smaller moves. If you move Lauri at this point, I don't know if you're going to get a major player back. But listen, the Bulls are looking to spend to make this happen. The Bulls are they're over the cap. So they're looking to spend some bread and take whatever luxury or whatever tax they're going to get hit with, whatever. We want to win again. Fast. AK says, okay, I'm going to get you the pieces you need to do it. Now it's on Billy, now it's on this coaching staff. And I love the mix you got. I think the most important thing the Bulls need right now, I would say, I want to say a solid. I think you need to make sure that your bench is right because you got your starting lineup right. Find some of those dudes on the bench that can play that Thad Young role. You know what I'm saying? Like Caruso's a guy that can play that role, but Caruso's a guard. You need those hard hat and lunch pail guys. Think about the bench mob. Why was the bench mob so cold? Because you had so many dudes that was grinding it out for you. You had so many dudes that was night in, night out, gonna grind out a game for you. Taj Gibson, Ronnie Brewer. Unfortunately, Ronnie Brewer was a starter for a little minute there, but you know what I'm saying? CJ Watson, Nate Robinson, when he got up in here. You had those dudes that was gonna come in and grind it out for you. Hold up. Taylor Horton Tucker staying with the Lakers. I would have loved to get him back in Chicago. I would have loved to get Horton Tucker back in Chicago. Troy Brown Jr., nice piece. No, facts, Levante. Shout out to you. Troy Brown Jr. is a nice defensive piece. I really like him off of the bench, but I just think you need a little bit more of that on the big man side off of the bench. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't need a crazy great big man to come off the bench for me. I mean, if you can find one, I'll take it. But if you give me that Boogie Cousins, if you give me that who's some of them other one of those grinded out, you know what I'm saying, power forwards in the league out here right now, I'd be cool with that. Oh, well, okay. If we can go get Miles Turner, then yeah. But, like, if we can get Miles Turner, then yes. Over 800 people in the chat. Let's go. Like the video so we can break 1,000 in this mug. Whiteside. You know what? Listen, if Whiteside is cool with coming off the bench, I wouldn't be mad at that. I can't rely on him for nothing. I'm not relying on you for nothing. Steven Adams I love, but I think Steven Adams just signed. I think Steven Adams signed with Portland, didn't he? I think Steven Adams signed with Portland. No, Whiteside, listen. Whiteside, I'm not on Whiteside for anything in the slightest. I need you for almost nothing. Shout out to the super chat from Ultra Noob, says 3 guys who could put up 30 any night, and Kobe's 30 coming off of the bench with one of the best facilitators in the league in ball. Watch out when Williams takes that next step. No, listen, facts. You definitely have done a lot for your team by by getting DeMar, you add another scorer who can give, maybe if Levine is having an off night, you add another scoring option. I do like that. Like I said, I had to talk myself into the DeMar conversation, but now that I'm seeing it, now that like I know that, listen, we got the guy that's the experienced guy, but that can also still get buckets. That can also be another option to take looks away from the Levine and allowing P. Will to get open. You know what I'm saying? Like there's more good in it than there is the takeaways. And to me, the biggest takeaway is who's playing defense. But if you can become a good situational defense team, and if Pat Will can take a step, listen, Kawhi Leonard in his championship season was not the offensive player. In his first trip to the championship, was not the offensive player that he was now. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was not the offensive player that he was now. He was a clamp. Pat Will focuses on the defensive side of the ball coming up and is able to become a clamp next season. And honestly, he was a clamp this season. He just didn't have to wait to back anything up. You know what I'm saying? He just didn't have to wait to back anything up. Shout out to the super chat from Nick here. Who would you pick personally if you can't get Cousins? Who would I pick if I can't get Boogie? Let's see who's left. That's really the question. Oh man, and I missed a bunch of tweets. Woj, Taylor Horton Tucker, DeRozan. Okay, that's me. Let's run through it. I'm not gonna sit here and act like off the top of my brain I got the entire free agency list left. Because to me, over 900 in the chat. Let's break a thou. Let's break a thou. Let's break a thou. Let's get crazy in here today. Get them likes up. Let's break a thou. All right, let's see. Who we got? Anthony agrees. Ariza agrees. Yeah. Man, I forgot Kawhi still ain't agreed. That's wild. Lonzo agrees to deal with both. John Collins is still out there. Lauri Markkanen, Kelly Oubre Jr. Ugh. Not a lot of bigs out there. Not a lot of notable bigs. Ugh. Jared Allen's already gone. I mean, listen, now that I'm looking at it, the market is thin. We might be keeping Lauri, y'all. The market is very thin. We really might be keeping Lauri. Because I literally see John Collins and the rest of them boys. That's interesting. To me, yeah, Cousins is really the only solid center left. Facts. Let me get that one wavy. Hold up. It's moving too fast now. Now the comments coming in. Now, I had you. There you go. Cousins is really that solid piece left. Noel went back to the Knicks. Yep. Morris or Millsap. You know what? I wouldn't be mad at a Morris. Millsap off of the bench. I don't. Millsap don't do much for me. I'm seeing Bagley. Bagley not coming off of the bench. Bagley's not coming off of the bench. Baki says, oh, shout out Baki on that one. That's not a bad name right there. But Trez want to be on the West Coast. Trade Lauri for Trez. I would be cool with trading Lauri for Trez, but to me, Trez want to be on the West Coast. I think Trez absolutely wants to be on the West Coast. Listen, if we are looking at how the team is constructed now versus what we're going up against. How important is that big? Are we just saying that? How important is that big? I kind of had this rant last night too. How important is that big? Oh yeah, Birch is out there. Nah, I see Cantor in the chat. Nah, I ain't going Cantor. You know what? I like Cantor. I really like Cantor, but Cantor is Vooch, but not as good. Cantor just Vooch, but not as good. No, I do. Birch is a good name. Birch is a good name. Birch is a good name. I'm not mad at that one. I'm not mad at that one. Shout out to the chat, man. Chat got it busting right now. Chat got it busting right now. But no, I really think that, like, look at what we're going up against. Who's that player that we need that lockdown defending big man for? Joel Embiid, Anthony Davis. You know what I'm saying? Like Vooch is enough of a paint presence that you're not just gonna come up in there and be a scrub. You're not gonna come in there and just have a field day in the paint with Vooch down there. The big man to me is an excellent. Over 1,000 in the chat. Hold up, I gotta get that on the gram real quick. Hey yo, we wilding in here. We over 1,000 in the chat. Pull up on us. Hey, you know how we do. That's what's up. That's what's up. This is the first time I've ever broke 1,000 in the chat. This is the first time I've ever broke 1,000 in the chat. Hey, look. Yeah, make sure y'all like the video, all that good stuff. But hey, they can have a day, I can have a day. That's how you have a day, boys. That's how you have a day, boys. That's how you have a day. Make sure y'all like the video, subscribe to the page, all that good stuff, man. Everybody in here special. Everybody in here special right now. We getting it busting. We getting it busting. But again, to me, one, you want to see what Seminovic is going to be, and two, I don't know if there's a reason that the Bulls need to go out and get that like that dominant big man. I said this last night. We're not building this team for 2010, y'all. We're not doing what the Lakers are doing. What the Lakers are doing right now, they said, listen, if you didn't listen to Pastor Cavassier on CD when it came out, you cannot be on this team right now. I don't know how Malik Monk snuck in the club. He came in as somebody's little cousin. He came in as somebody's little cousin. He had to. We got another one. Free agent guard Kendrick Nunn has agreed to a 2-year deal. Another one. Got in as somebody's little cousin. Stop playing. You know that's the 30 and up squad. Kendrick Nunn on the Lakers 2 years. You know that's the 30 and up squad. Y'all already know. To me, that don't scare me. That don't scare me. And the Bulls aren't building that. This is not the 2010 roster. This is not the 2010 roster. We are building a 2021 team. A lot of shooting bigs. Bigs that still need to be able to rebound. You still need to be able to rebound. Pat Will's a really good rebounder. We know what Vooch is going to give you. Vooch is giving you 11 to 15 rebounds a night. Seminovic seemed to be a pretty good rebounder overseas. Would love to see what he's able to do over here. But I think your rebounding is going to be there. I think you're gonna be all right on the rebounding front, especially with Vooch leading the charge on that. My biggest question with this team is offensive. Lonzo, a really good rebounder. Shout out to Coach T. My biggest question with this team is offensively. Shout out to the super chat from Nick. Said, I can't wait to see Lonzo throw a no-look pass to Levine for a dunk, 3 points. I don't know if that's how that worked, but I like how you're going with that. I don't know if that's how that works in the slightest, but I like where you're going with that. Levine would have to take off from behind the three-point line. Catch the ball and dunk it. Now, he ain't got that. You know, he got hops. He ain't got them kind of hops. No. I think that this Bulls team right now, if I'm looking at how the Eastern Conference is stacked up, they're top 5 for sure. I would say they have an on par roster with what Atlanta's able to do. They have an on par roster. I don't think that Atlanta's an unbeatable. There's no unbeatables in the East right now. There just isn't. You're unbeatable. Okay, I just had to make sure that I didn't miss nothing. Your unbeatable is a team that I don't believe is going to stay healthy in your Brooklyn Nets. That's the team that will be unbeatable. 1,100 in the chat. I see it still climbing. I'm loving it. If I'm looking at it, Brooklyn, not unbeatable, or unbeatable when healthy, not unbeatable when not. Milwaukee, not unbeatable. You going to stop Giannis? Absolutely not. But we can get the rest of them players fits. Philly, they don't even know what they want to do with Ben Simmons. Atlanta, listen, I would say that's an on-par roster to what we've seen here, to what we've seen develop here. Miami's building themselves up to be a defensive team. Kyle Lowry does not scare me. You going out and signing Kyle Lowry did nothing for me. The PJ Tucker signing got me more excited than the Kyle Lowry signing. That did nothing for me. And you paid Jimmy Butler to be there until he's an old man. Shout out to Jimmy for getting the bag. Shout out to them for bringing back Duncan Robinson. But I've seen that formula. And it didn't work to get you out the first round. So I want to see what they're able to do. Miami doesn't scare me. The Knicks absolutely don't scare me. Shout out to y'all for giving my boy Derek the bag. He ain't had a bag like that in a little minute. Shout out to y'all for giving him that bag. Shout out to Thib. Shout out to all the Bulls over there. One love to all of y'all. Y'all don't scare me. But again, it's like I said earlier. Now all the tools are given to the players. Now it's on Lonzo to continue developing. It's on Zach to take another step. It's on DeMar to just be that solid piece that the Bulls expect to get. Listen, it's on P. Will to take another step. The pieces are there for them to be one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference this season. The pieces are there for them to be a top team in the Eastern Conference this season. Now it's on what Billy Donovan puts in place. Now it's on the players. I'm loving this. I'm loving it. I'm going to get up out of here, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Appreciate y'all for showing love. Bulls do come away with DeMar DeRozan. Make sure y'all tune in. Might have another video coming out today, so make sure y'all like the video, subscribe to the page, and hit the bell so that you get notified when we do go live. And then we might have stuff dropping later today. At a minimum, we definitely will have stuff out tomorrow. And we have the live show, the 2-hour show, where we're going to be talking Bulls. We're going to be talking fantasy football, all that good stuff. So make sure to tune in for that as well. Man, I appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing the love, man. If y'all haven't done so, subscribe to the page. I said that already. Whatever. I'm hyped, bro. I'm hyped. Bulls got a stacked team. We playoff bound, baby. Let's get it busting. I'm hyped now. Let's go. It's your boy Pat the Designer. Back at it again. See Red Nation. Y'all stay safe out there, man. Peace.